Hello, fabulous Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015 General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Well, the month starts off with some really important energy that is set to really be a game changer for all of us in at least one area of life, and it is the eclipse that is taking place in the early part of the month. So at the very beginning of the month, we have an eclipse happening, and for you, it's in the part of the sky for you that has to do with home. It has to do with home base. What's happening on home turf is going to be an area of focus for you. For some of you, this is going to be the actual physical space of your home. So this is energy of buying, of selling, of moving, new roommates coming in, needing some important repairs or redecorations seemingly out of nowhere coming up as well. This particular energy, there is a very sort of surprise coming out of nowhere, truth being revealed sort of situation happening with this energy. So for some of you out there, you might find that these types of situations come up very much by surprise, and they come up in a way that makes you realize that, okay, wow, yes, this has been needed for a while. I just didn't realize it or wasn't really ready to accept it. I think is going to be the case for some people. I got to be honest with you as I see this guy. If you are in, and I know this can be a situation for some people, that if you're in a situation where you're living somewhere and you know that you're, just killing yourself to meet your bills every single month, you're borrowing lots of money to meet your bills as well. This is you getting honest with yourself about that situation so that you can find balance. Because that's ultimately what it is that the universe is always moving towards. But there is going to be an element here of finding balance or needing to find balance with where you are right now, and if there is a disconnect from you having a more balanced sense. For some of you, this is going to be a big change that you perceive and understand as a step up. For some of you, it may not be apparent in the immediacy that this is a step up, but it actually is. So even with the very surprise, kind of dramatic, kind of coming out of nowhere, not sure what I feel about this energy, it very quickly gives way to a sense of possibility and potential and expansion as well. And so regardless of your circumstance, if you find yourself, if you're one of those Cancerians out there who finds themselves having to move when you don't think you really want to move, know that this actually is going to be a change that frees you and that allows a whole lot more positive energy to enter your life. And also, I gotta say, with this particular eclipse, there's an element here for you that has to do with money and earning money at that. And so this actually could end up being a change that brings in greater prosperity for you. For some of you, it's just going to be like changes on the home front. In terms of you understanding the power of your home and what you want to use your home for. So there might be the start of a home business under this type of sky. There might be really, if you have a home business, all of a sudden your demand going way up. If you are in a type of industry that has to do with homes, whether you're in real estate, whether you are in decorating, furniture, all the different things that people do with their homes. If you are involved in that, this can be a time when you really get a sense of clarity of what you're doing and how you're moving forward and what it is that you want to do, but through some tangible progress. So I gotta say, if you're in real estate, this could be a time when you attract a client, really difficult, but it leads to a really great payday. You don't have to deal with them for too long, and it leads to a really great payday. So that's the type of energy that I'm seeing as a possibility playing out. But changes happening at home. Home is also a symbol for how you feel within yourself. Do you feel safe within your own body? Do you feel comfortable when you're on your own in your own time? Well, this is part of sort of the spiritual leaning and the spiritual lessons for you over the course of this lifetime. Being increasingly comfortable with yourself, being so connected to yourself, and a sense of self-approval that anything else that's going on outside of you, any perceived opinions of anyone else, matters less as a result. You are going to take leaps and bounds in a very positive direction in that, mostly by facing some tough questions. And so if any tough questions sort of come up, if you're trying to put yourself out there in ways that don't always feel very comfortable, this could be a time, I gotta say, you attract some criticism, ultimately not consequential at all. It's not anything that means anything, actually. It's sort of insignificant. But it does allow you to connect to something deeper within yourself to help you understand what it is that you are, why it is that you are worthy of being who you are and sharing what you are is ultimately what you're going to get in touch with. But there's a shift in energy with this energy, a shift in energy of where your home is. So whether that's a physical space, and again, I think a lot of you are going to surprise yourself by moving. I think that's going to happen. Or it's within yourself, understanding that place within yourself where you are at home, where you are safe. There is going to be a shift that takes place for you that ultimately is going to be really positive. You're ready for the change, and that's why it's happening now. As we progress towards the later part of the month, in the second part of the month, there's a new moon happening at the very top of your sky. This has to do with, in the best possible sense, it has to do with life purpose, direction, understanding your goals, the meaningfulness of them, understanding which way you're going. And there's an element playing out here that has to also do with career. So that's a very immediate way that this energy is going to play out. So for some of you out there, this does suggest career opportunities, breakthroughs even. This is a great sky for interviews as well. I do think that given the placement of this particular new moon, it's happening in what astrologers call an anorectic degree. So what that means is there's a lot of energy to this, okay? It's a culmination element, but it's also a new moon. There's going to be a feeling, and I think with a lot of the energy that's taking place this month, there is a feeling of this is a long time coming. It's about time. Even with the surprise element, there's something within you that knows this is a long time coming. And with this particular new moon, it could be that you've been trying to work with a company for a while, been trying to secure an interview for a while, trying to get a promotion, trying to find a way to advance what it is that you're doing in a new way. Ultimately, there is an element here of being self-directed. You are going to have to take the reins, but there should be some opportunity that comes up that feels like, okay, yes, this is now the time. And again, great time for interviews. When we have a new moon happening at the top of your chart, great time for interviews, for meeting people who are authority figures or higher ups, people that you desire to impress, who you believe can help you in that ladder to success. Great time to make that happen, but also really great time for the universe to make clear to you just what it is that you are not only meant to do, but what ultimately is going to feel fulfilling, what ultimately is going to feel like it's allowing you to live your purpose. The signs are there. The signs are there, if you would listen to them. And I think that they'll be abundantly clear enough that you would listen to them. So practically, career advancement and other respects, this is going to be opportunity that makes clear to you what direction you're meant to go in, but also personally, a clearer sense of what it is that you want, what you believe your purpose is, and the goals that are really worthy of chasing become evident to you. What I love about this month for you, that it's about the foundation. Feel good within yourself, feel safe within yourself. That is one of the sort of the spiritual thrusts of this lifetime for you, and you take leaps and bounds forward in that. And from that place of being able to give to yourself what really matters, you really are able to achieve greater things than you knew you could before.